Hi everyone! Today is Wednesday. That means our crowdcast just started. Welcome everyone. So, you know what to do. Don't forget to click the follow button to stay updated for our next crowdcast news and events. Now, let's begin. Who are we? I'm Era. There's Mario. Wait please for me. And our lovely guest, Christopher Schmidt. Please wave. He is a moving picture artist and a ApollX founder. So we're gonna talk about all NFTs. What are they? We are so excited to do this crowdcast. But before that, of course, I will pass the mic to Mario to explain a little bit more about.
Yes, thanks, Era, and welcome, Chris. Very excited about this one. So we can talk a little bit in depth about what you do with ApollX and what you did beforehand, right? But before you tell about yourself and how you ended up in this crowdcast, would be great to have one fun fact about you for our listeners.
First of all, I'm really happy to be here. I really appreciate it that I can use this time to talk a little bit about NFTs and everything. And a really fun fact about me and my art is that a lot of my new artworks as NFTs are created in the subway. Most of them are created in the underground train on my way to work.
Okay. I guess we'll be hearing more about that later on.
Of course.
So, Era, I guess we have to follow suit with the fun facts. I know it's getting thin. The air is getting thin since we did a couple of these, but what you got?
I know, right? Like, I need to come up with something new. But, like, okay, you know what? Actually, I really do not like vanilla anything. Yes, that's a fun fact about me.
Oh, wow. Okay, I had one fun fact, but following this, I maybe have to latch onto it. So a fun fact about me is I would never ever eat vanilla ice cream. That's kind of the last I would choose. But I enjoy spaghetti ice very much. It's my favorite ice cream, right? And it's made completely out of vanilla ice cream, so it doesn't make any doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, but that's just the way
we need to
my world
make
works.
also crowd know that we did not discuss this beforehand, guys. Like, that's really oh my god, like really randomly we just said that. So yeah.
Okay, then I'll throw in my other one later on because it's connected to art and NFTs. So
that's perfect.
I'll keep that one. And now, Chris, let's get a little bit of background to you and your journey up until 5:30 p.m. Central European time today. So how do you end up here?
Okay, should I start in the total beginning? Okay, I started with a general fact. So I was a dancer before. So I think dancing was my first art I did ever. So I started with 9 years to do breakdance because I was a really, really active kid and always standing on my hands, on my head. And then I see a documentary about breakdance and somebody was turning on his head. And I was like, Mama, I want to do this. I want to do this. Let me do this. I want to learn this. And at this time, it was really hard to find a dance school for kids, especially for breakdance. Because they all was like, okay, breakdance is not for small kids and everything. So, but then we found one, and I was a breakdancer from 9 to 23, I think so. I don't know. I stopped 4 or 5 years ago. Now I'm mostly 28. Next month is my birthday. So I started with dancing, and in my early 20s, I came to photography because I wanted to be a director and wanted to study directing and needed to do for my study some photos for my portfolio. And I did my first ever photo shooting. That's a fun fact too, with Sasha. He's also in this chat. He was one of my first models ever, and I did my first photo shooting with him.
Cool. Just quick info for the crowd. Sasha is part of the UFOstart team, and that's good. fun connection.
And one of the new members of ApollX. So yeah. So that's super funny that my photography career started with Sasha, and my new career for NFTs maybe also starts with Sasha. That's super funny. Never sing about that, but now I'm talking about that. Yeah, and after I did my first photos, I realized, okay, photography is way more cooler than directing for a film, because I can do everything by my own. I just need my camera and maybe a human or landscape or whatever. And I was like, okay, I think I love this. And one of my old mentors came to me and was like, Chris, you're talented, just do it. And I was like, okay, when you say it, I will do it. So I did my studying and I did some photos. I did my first campaigns. I did like for 5 years, AOK, Nordost, health insurance campaigns. There was also everywhere printed in Berlin. So this was really cool for me. And in 2018, I founded a production company for events with 2 of my friends and colleagues. And the last 3 years, we did a lot of acquisition and talking with new clients and everything. And then comes Corona. So, and Corona was like a really big hit in the face, because we made all of our money from big events. And then there was no event anymore in 2020. So I think a lot of people know this. And yeah, I was a self-employed photographer again. But I didn't do any acquisition the last 2 years for myself. So I was like, okay, this is a really new beginning for me. I'm here having nothing. And then I was working on my portfolio in 2020 a lot. Started two e-commerce shops, because I just wanted to know what e-commerce is and just wanted to play with it. I have like this drink home club. And yeah, in the early 2021, one of my friends and my co-founder came to me and was like, Chris, do you ever hear about NFTs? And I was like, yes, I hear about it, because Finn Kliman did like a music production with NFTs. And I was like, I hear about it, but I don't know what it is. And he was like, I have a presentation, let's meet, I want to show you something. And then we sit together in March or April, I think so. And his idea was to make a talent agency for artists in combination with NFTs.
Which then turns out to be ApollX.
ApollX, of
right?
course, yes.
Okay, we're going to come to that in a minute, right? You can go deeper on the ApollX case. Thanks for for the background. I think it's important to understand where somebody's coming from. So you're clearly coming from the artist side, and then turned into more enabler for other artists too, and getting into the topic. So this will be interesting to hear your own personal journey. When actually starting with ApollX. Before we dive into ApollX, just what our audience can expect from this crowdcast, all about NFTs and how they influence and revolutionize the art market. We want to give like a general overview, how also like the monetary aspect, how to earn money with NFTs, so in the NFT space. And at the end, also want to give an outlook and like a different view on NFTs and what other industries this technology is applicable and usable, right? So just Chris, for the very beginning, because our audience, maybe some don't know or not aware or very new to the space, please describe for us NFTs to a 10-year-old. What are NFTs? That's how I'd like to get the first thing. So then
that's a good one. To a 10-year-old, it's super difficult in general to explain NFTs when you're not knowing if the other person know what a blockchain is.
Yeah. So you can choose. You can wait. Okay, sorry. You can choose between a 10-year-old and your grandma. Like, where are we?
Okay. Both don't know anything. That's perfect. But maybe a 10-year-old know what a blockchain is, because you have like, I don't know. But an NFT in general is so that translation is non-fungible token in general, so that we have the word bigger. It's non-fungible token. But for a 10-year-old, I would say it's a license for digital asset. So you can prove with an NFT that you own something. And on the second big aspect is if you sell a digital asset as a creator, you will earn your whole life money from it if it gets sold the next time. So I think this is the two biggest part of an NFT in the digital art world. Yeah.
Okay, great. Just also thinking about my my nieces and how to explain them, and probably it's like something like, okay, you have a toy and you like it very much, so with an NFT you can prove that it's yours, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
It cannot be copied, stolen by your sister.
This would be perfect for the kindergarten. I mean, how many fights are over the toy there? Or if you have like NFTs in your crypto wallet, you can say, "Hey, this is mine. You're not allowed to play with it." Would be perfect.
Cool. So I guess we're on the general base, we're up to speed. Probably most of our audience also has obviously heard about it, is interested. That's why they're here. But yes, from this base, now would be great to hear, since it's where we stopped before. What tells about your company, right? About your agency. What's it all about?
Do you want to do like the golden circle? We want to.
Yes, maybe you can give us a general introduction to ApollX, and then we move into the circle. And Basti
okay,
will.
like I told before, my partner and co-founder came to me with like the idea. His background is that he was a manager for directors and DOPs for like mostly 10 years, but he was not anymore interested in managing directors and DOPs, but he was interested in managing in general, and was thinking, after he comes from NBA Top Shot to NFTs and realizing what NFTs could be, that he would be maybe super interested in managing artists and help them to come into the NFT world. So ApollX is mostly the first NFT agency in Berlin, Germany, maybe Europe. And our goal is to support artists to be artists. So this is our main goal. We want to give artists the opportunity to live from their art. So the pandemic showed that an artist could have good work, but if there's no gallery and no customers who go into a gallery, they will not sell any work, and they will have problems to pay the rent and everything. So the NFT world is, I think, a new opportunity for artists and creators to get their power back, and to sell also in a pandemic their art to clients or collectors or whatever, and to get money for their rent. So our biggest goal is, and this is our why, we want to help artists to be artists. And I think this is also one of my biggest dreams, like to with my network and my skills, to help other person to realize their dreams. Yeah.
Maybe we can just real quick, for the ones that are not used to our format, go back one slide and just see the circle as a whole. Thank you very much. So basically, what Chris has already started to go into is this so-called golden circle, right, by Simon Sinek. Which goes from the inside, is like, why is an organization or a startup or a company doing what they're doing? How are they doing it? And what are they doing? So coming from the center of and motivation of why, to the outside of the actual practical. Okay, how and how are we doing it? What are we doing? So just as a short introduction for the audience, and yes, then I think we can move on.
Yeah, this was the why. This is our biggest goal, to help artists. I think we can go to the how. We will support artists in every aspect of being an artist, like helping them to to create an NFT or so I wrote it there. We are the best friend with a lot of knowledge everybody wants. So this is my understanding of an agency or a management, to be the ping pong partner for brainstorming, to be like the night call after the ex-girlfriend broke up. I don't know, something like you can trust a person you want to grow with, and you feel like you're not only a number for like financial aspects. So I think like in really big agencies and everything, sometimes you're just the next number to make more money for them. And I never liked this aspect of management, and I really want for my management that every artist is seen and here, and we are a growing big family and community. I think this is also a really big aspect of NFTs, but we come to this later. And what we are doing in general, we're doing everything. We produce the NFTs for the artists because we want to be specialized in analog artists. So, and there's a reason why analog artists are analog artists. Mostly they not really confirm with the web or digital aspects and everything. So we want to be, we want to help them to come in this digital world. So we produce the NFTs, we will promote our artists, and we will help to sell the NFTs. We will give them tips for social media marketing, and will also, legal, there's a L missing, but I want to help them with legal questions and everything. So yeah, this is what we are doing.
Great, thanks a lot. This is, I think it's a very extremely good cause, right? To free up kind of artists to do what they do best. Very much. We talked about it before. Also, it's something that's very dear to me too. So maybe before we for diving deeper in, maybe you can give a little bit of share your experience as an artist, and then also as a supporter of artists. Kind of what are the main obstacles for aspiring talent when going into art?
Sorry, could you use other words for the question?
Yeah, what's the what keeps young artists from becoming their best version of an artist, right? What's the What's the hurdles?
I've this memory. I did once in my life. I did like a practica for going to the study later. So, and I was like in this company, and there was two really talented guys. The one was a DJ, the other was really talented in speaking. So everything he was talking about was like, okay, I want it. I don't care what it is, but I want it. And their talents was so wasted in this company, because this was a casting company for RTL 2. So this was like for Shit TV, the casting company. So their talents was really wasted. And I was on one home party with them and talked with them, and it was like, okay, fuck, this talent need to go out and like shown to the world. And I was like, I really want to help them. But the problem was I was 19, mostly 20. I had no money, I had no network, and I didn't know what to do with like talent like this. And I think sometimes for a young artist or for an artist in general, there's sometimes just this one kick or the one flame they needed to blow up. So I really realized in the NFT space and the last 6 months, I'm focused on it. Like, talent and skill is nothing if you can't communicate it. So it's also the thing of marketing. You can have the best product. If nobody knows the product, nobody will buy it. So this is the same with art. Maybe you're like the one-hit wonder and somebody sees your art on Instagram, and then you will blow up. But to be honest, this happens one on a million. So the thing is, a lot of these artists maybe just need one person or like a management. They help to communicate and help to focus on what they need to do. And also, to be honest, some artists shouldn't talk to clients or whatever. They just should do their art because they're fucking genius. But yeah, maybe they can't communicate it.
Understand. So, very, very understand. Right, it's division of tasks is probably a good idea. Then that's what you guys aim for. But also, kind of from a financial aspect, also it's difficult, right? You probably often there has to be like a day job, and then whatever time and energy is left can go into art. So how maybe as we see now that more artists get access through the NFT space to also capital and to some then through that creative freedom. How do you see that change happening? That transition?
How do you see?
What's your observation on when it started, like from physical art, right? If you to the digital art space, right? Whereas now there's uniquely identifiable art pieces, digital art pieces. How did you see the scene change?
I think the biggest change is that I always say there's like, there is like these marketplaces where all these collectors of NFTs are. So there's like OpenSea, like the biggest marketplace with mostly 300,000 wallets, active wallets who buying NFTs. That's a super small amount if you compare it to eBay, where like 165 million people are daily on the platform. But like you go on OpenSea, you put one of your artwork on OpenSea, and maybe some people out of America will see it, of Korea will see it, of Thailand will see it, of Germany will see it, of I don't know, everywhere in the world, everybody sees directly. So the biggest change from analog art to the digital or to the NFT art is you're able to sell from your living room at your parents' house to the whole world and making tons of money. So this is possible. And I don't say this is the normal, but it's fucking possible, and it happens every day that some crazy kids with a little bit knowledge of technology making fucking millions during their sitting in school. And
let me challenge you on that one real quick, because it's interesting, because in the let's say traditional art space, you have gallerists and curators and all of that who act as gatekeepers, right? For the artists, and you have to pass through these gates in order to earn money or substantial money with your art. And right now the NFT space is very, very new, and is all blowing up, and all everyone can put something online on various platforms. But do you see this when this market matures more? Is there not a chance that just these old gatekeepers get replaced by new gatekeepers, or the old gatekeepers latch onto the new system, and what prevents the same thing from happening in the NFT space, that the platforms at OpenSea, or they become the new curators and gatekeepers? And let's say,
I think let me say it like this. So for everything, you need a trust person. So blockchain have like the idea to separate a lot of trust person. Like Bitcoin doesn't want banks anymore, so they created the blockchain Bitcoin. And also Ethereum have like some ideas of putting the trust person out of it, like for the NFT world, like the galleries or curators or whatever, like putting them away. Just have the creator and the collector, and they can interact directly. So, but of course, there will be a new gatekeeper. Like OpenSea is open for everybody, and I think this is like the marketplace who can go everyone and like put their art there and make a little bit marketing, and they can they can sell their picture or NFTs or not. But there are like other marketplaces like Super Rare. So it's super hard to get into this marketplace. You just get into this marketplace if you're invited from the team of Super Rare, and there's just one-on-one art, super rare art, and you can be sure that you sell this art on this place for a high amount of money. So there is like this new gatekeeper you was talking about already. So like in everything, it's like there's like this elite and there's a normal and everything. So but also on the normal platform OpenSea, you can make a lot of money. Like one good example for this is Gong Yang, an artist who created a hand draw collectible, and now he's a millionaire. Like and he started in March. So I think everything is possible, and it doesn't care if there's a new gatekeeper or not. So artists will find their way, and they have now the power to just be artists. And this, I think, this is a really great aspect. And on your other question, I think the old gatekeepers are not fast enough. They don't. They are not fast enough to go with the trend, because NFT space is fucking fast.
Okay. We'll see about that. I hope. Let's see how it plays out in the end. Before we move on to the next section and to Era, just a quick reminder for the audience to ask questions in the question section.
Right.
So at the end, we're going to have a little bit of time to come back to your questions. Anything that came up, feel free to ask. Chris is here to do exactly that, answer the questions that pop up. So please do. That being said,
Please.
Era, please.
That being said, yes, I would want to talk. Thank you, by the way. I would want to talk about shifting actually from physical to digital, right? Because as you give the information, it's also come to my mind as a new interested beginner, new to the NFT world, you know. So the thing is, like, where should I start? And actually, what could be the challenges, you know? That interests me, and I'm sure that interests some of our crowds as well, or for the beginners.
I would say the first step of starting with NFTs is research. So and connecting. So the whole NFT community is on Twitter and Discord. So download Twitter on your phone. I know. Before I started, I thought Twitter is dead, but now I know it's not dead. So download Twitter on your phone and search for NFT. Just go there, type NFT, and follow some big accounts with a lot of followers, and you will learn so much. So I think the most important part about NFTs, I posted it like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So earning money is super cool, but I never get into a community who's so fucking supported, where you really get accepted from day zero. So where you can exchange with a lot of another artist about your art. The thing is, every morning I'm waking up, I type in good morning in my phone on Twitter, and then I have like 10 replies on good morning, how are you, brother? Hey, what's up? And like,
yeah, the community is big.
And like 5 hours later, America, or 8 hours later, the US wakes up, and then the same shit again. Everybody's like, hey, what's up? Good morning. So I'm talking with some of the guys from Twitter or Discord more than with my real friends sometimes. So I think for all the guys who starting and want to go in the NFT space is like connect with people, ask them question. Everybody's super open to answer your question, and maybe don't go on TikTok and don't watch the videos from the influencers on TikTok, because a lot of them talking a lot of shit because they're like one day in the NFTs. There are some of the influencers on TikTok, because like, you know, everybody knows, okay, you can make tons of money with NFTs. It's possible. So the last 6 months show this year, I don't know, OpenSea maybe the 2 billion, I don't know, but something in this. And so everybody wants something from the cake. And there are a lot of influencers out there who wants to tell you what is good and what is not good. But I think I would just dive into this space, just watch a little bit, talk with people, ask them questions, and and find your way.
Actually, the overcome the impossible challenges would be, as you said, not being shy, right? To someone begins to new. So dive into the community, getting from inside. Yes, it's really important. On that, we do have a question actually. So that would be is related to topic. So can you explain some possibilities of what could be set or defined for art with an NFT, right? Also important for the new beginners.
What is possible as an NFT or art as an NFT? Is this the question?
Yes, like possibilities of what could be set or defined for art. I think
everything you can imagine. Everything you can imagine could be an NFT. Everything. Like from a paper, like a text paper, like a quote or the next blockbuster from Hollywood, or a picture of you sitting on the toilet. Give it like a surrounding, tell a story about it and make it to art. So everything is possible.
So limitless. Whatever our creativity, imaginary, yes, that's really awesome.
Of course.
Is there any story of a talent that you guided for the spiral, like some I don't know, how can I say that, like
any type of
words, I'm sorry, but like
any type of
story,
kind of a story,
any type of, exactly, yes, like that's, it inspired you and could be inspiral for us, for the crowd as well.
I told them before, like this is really a cool success story. It's Gong Yang. Maybe I can show you the collection of him. I will open it on OpenSea really quick and share my screen. Maybe this would be cool.
Yes, please.
To what I'm talking about. You can see this, yes. So this is a collection Ghost, and the creator, you see it here, is Gong Yang. He started in March to draw his ghosts. This is ghost number 10. So he made like 102 ghosts and sold them for really small amount of money. Like he started with 0.0001 ETH, I think so, something like $1 or something. So really cheap. Just because he was like, okay, I don't want to do any more my job. I want to be successful with my art. And he started to do this collection. And because it was the first collection like this, like a hand-drawn collectible. So maybe other way, there are like, for me, like 3 main arts of NFT at the moment. So there's like 101 art. So this is a really unique piece from an artist, maybe not related to a collection or anything. And there's just this one NFT for it. So then you have like collectibles like this, like hand-drawn collectibles, where you're able to collect some different types of this collectible, but everything is hand-drawn. And then there's collections like the Bored Apes. Bored Ape. Wait 1 second, sorry. The Bored Ape Yacht Club. That's one of the most famous generative collections. So this collection is made, it's drawn by hand, the traits are drawn by hand, but in general, an algorithm put all the traits together and created like 10,000 unique NFTs. So when somebody sorry, yeah?
Please finish up. But before you jump to the next one,
if somebody's talking about NFT collection, mostly they mean this. Mostly they mean like generated collections from from different trades to 10,000 unique or 5,000 unique NFTs. And in the space, you call them also PFP, profile picture projects, because like the space living on Twitter, I said, and on Discord, and you can have like your NFT as your profile picture. And this have many reasons, but the most reason is like you're showing that you're part of this community. Yeah. Sorry. No, your question.
Cool. No, it's like exactly, remember the fun fact that I wanted to tell in the beginning. It really ties up really well here. And that's I'm really into comics, right? It's one of my hobbies, comic art, sequential art, very, very much into it. And I stumbled upon a project that's done by a couple of supporters, owners, community members of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And they made a separate project that's called the Bored Ape comic, and they basically made a whole comic, like a first, now building the second one, a comic book, Enter the Metaverse, I think it's called, where they feature different bored apes, and they made like a whole story out of it. Really cool. So what I want to say is this, the community and the activity in the community is just mind blowing, right? If they're really passionate about this stuff, and very exciting.
Super amazing. You have to imagine like the four guys from America just got into NFTs and changed everything. So you was able to buy these NFTs for 0.05 ETH. So this was in March. This was like $150. So you was able to buy these NFTs for like $150. Now the cheapest is like 36 ETH. So 36 ETH is something like, I don't know, 300,000? No. What is, I need to, I doesn't care.
A lot.
36, 4,000, it's like 144,000 euro at the moment. So it's the cheapest one. I mean, this is also really a big success story, because it's like one of the first PFP project who got mainstream, and after the CryptoPunk, it's like one of the biggest projects. And everybody, so this is what I want to say is like everybody who's talking about like make an NFT project to get a millionaire, it's like something like this, like a generative art project to
It's interesting and possible, but let's see. Obviously, this is very much being inflated right now, and everyone flocks into it because of the money story. But it's like to me, I feel a bit of friction when it's too much about the money making, but it's because it's actually a good opportunity to let's say for the wider sense. Maybe you have an idea how many of the artists that enter the space are actually able to make money with it, and not, let's say, the moonshots and the crazy money kind of story, but like just how much of the percentage of artists in NFTs make money that sustains their life.
I've no data for that, so I couldn't say anything. I just a feeling would maybe 30%, but I don't know.
Okay, that seems to me more than in the physical space. Still, maybe we have one question.
It's a young space, and also not that many artists in it. So there are a lot of artists, but not that many artists. So but a lot of artists transformed into a collector and support other artists. So that's also pretty cool.
Sure, it's a little bit like in the business sphere, business angels, right? So now you made money with your art, you reinvested into art, kind of. We have one more question from Elvis, from the crowd, and that's what's the cost of creating an NFT?
At the moment on OpenSea, nothing.
Okay. Why
If you
this?
go
Why
on
the specification? Is there other platforms where you do have to pay?
Yeah,
What's
they're
kind of
like
the
we have like, I don't know how many marketplaces at the moment, but there are like 10 big marketplaces, and on other marketplaces, sometimes you have to pay fees. So there's like Ethereum. A fun fact about Ethereum is it was never planned for NFTs. So because this NFT, this blockchain have the proof of work. So I'm not a tech guy, but on my thing, how I understand it is like they're like miners, workers who working on to getting the next block for the blockchain, and this costs a lot of electricity. And if you doing like there's like this question, but I will go on this later. And it have if you have like a big code, so all these NFTs are like codes, and if this code is not good written, the blockchain has to work a lot, and if the blockchain works a lot, the fees go higher.
Yeah.
So
basically, there's better solutions now than that, or let's say specifically designed for the NFT space.
Of course, Vitalik did a post for it, and he was like asked what surprised you most about the Ethereum, and he was like NFTs. So this is because it's not made for it. So you have like sometimes you have like a big amount of money for gas fees to pay. If you sometimes it's super funny. You want to pay artwork for like $7, and you have to pay gas fees for $50 or $150, and it's like, okay, I don't know. I don't want it so much that I pay. So, you know, so there are other blockchains like Solana or Tezos or Flow where you don't pay that much gas fees or pay no gas fees. But, you know, everything started with Ethereum. So everybody is on Ethereum. The biggest marketplaces are on Ethereum. And I think it will take a longer time to change this or change on another marketplace, or Ethereum is able to change from proof of work to proof of stake, and then we have also no gas fees anymore. To the question of Tim, to be honest, I don't know at the moment if there's or maybe there's just a one-time gas fee you need to pay for making NFTs on OpenSea. It was in the past like this, but I don't know if it's also already like this, because in the past I paid like one time to make an NFT on OpenSea, and after this, not anymore. But yeah, on the NFT OpenSea, you can do like your own collection, and when you mint a new artwork into this collection, you don't have to pay any gas fees.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the questions, audience, and for the answers, Chris. Since we're a little bit coming to the end already, right? We have a 45-minute cast. Please, but audience, if you still have questions, please shoot. Transitioning a little bit into the whole NFT space in art is a big thing, and we've been talking about it. It is your business, but zooming out a little bit, the NFT kind of movement, technology, what is for you the most other interesting use case for NFTs? Do you have anything that we say, okay, this is like another kind of case where NFTs can be very beneficial?
I think the biggest market will be like the gaming market. Gaming market is always the biggest market. So if you're watching the gaming market now, it's like bigger than the streaming whatever market. So this is like the biggest market, and also for like NFT gaming, this will be like the biggest market with a lot of money. But I think like in 3 or 4 years, we will use NFTs for a lot of normal things in normal life, like tickets for events, tickets for concerts, real estate, buying houses with NFTs. Because like this idea of an NFT is you have this person, trust person A, and you have the trust person B, and they want to do an exchange, and normally they need like for buying a house a notar or something, like a person between this. But in the future there will be person A and person B, and they would say, okay, we transfer the money to this smart contract on the blockchain, and the smart contract do everything in the end. So because it's a blockchain and it has rules, and you define the rules before, it can't be tricked or anything. So you put the money there, you get the contract back, and then you have a new house, maybe something like this. So I think like in super normal things, you will use NFTs. I mean, like McDonald's, maybe you use NFTs as vouchers. Voucher is the right word, right? Like sending you an NFT as a voucher, and then you can get your burger at McDonald's when you show it, because you're the owner of it. So I think there will like a lot of places for NFTs, also selling fashion collection as NFTs. Hugo Boss already did it, selling a jacket. Coca-Cola did it with some stuff. Essex did it with some shoes. So yeah, I think
there's no shortage. There's no shortage of
everything
cases.
is positive. So I think this is like, in the early 2000s, there was like, oh, Web 2, internet, what the fuck? I don't think that will happen. But now the new thing is, oh, Web 3, that's the new shit. And yeah.
I think also we will have to.
So, I just wanted to say that NFT use cases are just arts then, like limitless, whatever you can think of. So it's really good.
We could also go into maybe a distinction or dive deep into, another 45 minutes or so. What is it within, is it smart contract versus NFT, non-fungible tokens? How is this? Is this related? Is it how? But not for today. I think we just got in one last question, maybe by Faisal. What happens to my copyright of the artwork once it's sold as an NFT to someone else?
There are some discussions about this. So like last month, there was like a discussion for photographers, because photographers normally don't want to sell the copyright to another person. But the normal rule of selling NFTs is like you have like the corporate or copyrights to do whatever you want with this NFT. So Bored Ape started with this and was like, you have this NFT of your Bored Ape, and you can do whatever you want to it. You can do a merch company out of it, or you can sell it as posters, or you can sell it as stickers, or whatever. You can do whatever you want with this. So, and there was like this big discussion, but there's another artist, he's called Kid 8, and he did the project Devolves or G-Wolves. He has like, maybe I can show it.
Yes, we're gonna have a last quick peek, and
yes.
Sorry.
Then leave. Maybe we can also post the link to what is showing in the in our group chat, so the audience can do their own further research after we're done.
Yeah, I showed real quick, and he created these little kids with ski masks and in different types. So, and he said like, I know normally everybody is selling the copyrights for this, but I don't do it just because everybody else do it. I don't have to do it because this is my brand. This is my identity. I created this. So I don't want to sell you the copyrights. You can do whatever you want with this NFT, but you don't have the copyrights for it. So the quick answer to the question is, you can decide.
It's in your hands, you're saying. Perfect.
Of course, like always. So the normal thing on the NFT space is like, if you sell your NFTs, you sell also the IP rights, and but if you don't want to do it, just don't do it.
Right, perfect. So we came to the end for our crowdcast. I don't know, time flies like that. That has been a really interesting crowdcast, guys. Thank you so much, Christopher, for joining us for this crowdcast, for this episode. It's been very interesting, and also our crowd. Thank you so much, guys. And of course, check out the ApollX. The link we posted, but we will post it again. And other than that, of course, please don't forget to like and to follow, because our next Crowdcast is going to be on November 10th, and it's going to be about the lending deep diving with Tim Kading and Lucas Hofer from Crypto Studio. We are really excited for that too. But for today's episode, I've learned a lot of things. Don't be shy, guys. As a beginner, it's limitless, as we just talked about. So don't afraid of trying, I would say.
Of course. And yeah, I also posted my collections on OpenSea. If you want to have a look, would be really happy. And if you want to get into contact with me on Twitter, I also posted my Twitter link. So just follow each other.
Thank you so much.
Let's have a good time. Let's talk about art and NFTs. I'm always open for it.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Then,
thank you very much.
Have a good evening, everyone.
Wednesday evening.